Sir, how's your day going today?
Well, you know, my day is going great. This is just a great day for the 34th Infantry Division, Minnesota Army National Guard. After years worth of training, we took authority over the Multinational Division South today, so it's just a great day.
Tell me exactly, if you can explain in layman's terms to us back here, what that means when you say you take over. In the larger scale of things, what that means for your effort there in Iraq.
Sure. What we call it is a transfer of authority. And previous to this, the 10th Mountain Division out of Fort Drum, New York, had command and control of what we call Multinational Division South. And that's the 9 provinces in southern Iraq, pretty much the southern 1/3 of Iraq. It's a huge area, about the size of Minnesota. So transfer authority, what that means then is we transferred, 10th Mountain transferred that authority, that command and control from them to the 34th Infantry Division. So we had a short ceremony where the 10th Mountain Division folds up their guidon, their division flag, and then we go up, and General Nash, the commanding general and the command sergeant major, unfurl then the 34th Infantry Division flag, thereby transferring the authority of Multinational Division South from the 10th Mountain to the 34th Infantry Division.
I understand. Okay, very good. So tell me, if you can, how are your efforts going in there? From what we've read back here, and that's all we can do, is that some areas, especially around Basra, are pretty nasty nowadays. How are you guys doing, and what are your efforts going forward?
Well, there's been an uptick of IEDs and what we call EFPs, electronic explosive form projectiles. We have seen an uptick of that this past few weeks, but you have to compare it in the general context of everything. The security actually is pretty stable. It's pretty good. In this uptick, we're not really concerned about this at this point. However, it is dangerous. And in fact, we had 2 soldiers killed just within the last week. But generally, throughout our operational area, it's secure. And if you compare it to the levels of 2008 and 2007, it's much less. Attacks we're averaging only about 10 to 15 attacks a week, okay. Primarily IEDs. So the overall context of it is the area is very secure, very stable.
As far as going forward, is there any change in strategy there, or what's your mission now for the men on the ground there?
Our mission, we have 2 main areas. Our main effort for the division right now is building civil capacity and continuing building governance. And the second mission is improving and continuing to work with the Iraqi security forces, the Iraqi Army, the Iraqi Police, and the Department of Border Enforcement. But our main effort is building civil capacity, working with the provincial reconstruction teams and the brigades on the ground in each one of our brigade areas, and in building governance and continuing to build civil capacity. What can we do, if you look at it from the standpoint of working with these PRTs in increasing their agricultural production, increasing business production, getting foreign investors into the country. Now a lot of that is revolves around security. So, you know, they're tied very closely together. Foreign investors aren't going to come here until it's secure. And so that's why we continue to assist and enable the Iraqi Army, the Iraqi Police, and the Border Enforcement. They are in the lead. We are just assisting as we continue to draw the forces down there. They will continue to be in the lead more and more. So we're almost in an advise and assist role right now. The Iraqi Army, very professional. Most of the operations they're doing are unilateral, and we are continuing to assist the Iraqi Police and the Border Enforcement.
Just 1 or 2 more questions, and that was a great answer. Thank you, General.
Sure.
Thank you for your candor. One is, tell me, I was told that you guys are in charge of several provinces now. What's the number, and how many are there?
We have 9 provinces, half of the provinces of Iraq. 18 provinces in the country, we have half of them. And again, a huge area. It's roughly 400 miles from Basra, our headquarters, to Baghdad. We travel throughout the operational area. Helicopters are our primary mode of transportation. General Nash, myself, the other Deputy Commanding General, General Osirio, and many of the team members. The only way we can get around is by helicopter and get all the things done that we have to get done in one day because this area is so big. But again, huge area, a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts of this, but we are continuing to learn what's going on. Not that we don't know what's going on, but we had a great handoff from the 10th Mountain Division, but it's a huge area to fully understand all the little intricacies of working with the PRTs and the brigades on the ground and the Iraqi security forces.
General, how many Minnesota soldiers are we talking about?
Roughly 1,100. The division headquarters consist of the main command post, the Special Troops Battalion, MPs, and the division band. And I can tell you, well, I want to tell you, the division band just performed for the Transfer Authority. It's outstanding, absolutely outstanding. We have one of our soldiers sang the national anthem of the United States and also the national anthem of Iraq. And I could, as you look around and see the Iraqi security forces, several general officers from the Iraqi security forces, the police, they were amazed at how well she sang that song. Absolutely beautiful. In fact, she had to sing it again for them so they could tape it.
That's nice to hear. General, can you tell me where you're from? Where you're living at home?
I originally from Malacca, Minnesota. We just recently moved from Malacca to Sauk Rapids, Minnesota, and a lifelong resident of the area up there. Work in St. Cloud for Ready Mix Concrete Company in St. Cloud.
Good to know. And last one, sir, we're approaching Memorial Day next week. Around camp over there, as that day approaches and when we get to that holiday, does it have a special meaning for you and the guys over there serving?
Oh, absolutely it does. I got to be honest, the op tempo, I have to explain that operation tempo is so intense here. You hardly know what day it is until Sunday comes around and you know that they're church services. But certainly Memorial Day is a special day for us as we recognize and remember the many individuals throughout the wars of the United States that have paid that ultimate price, and certainly the ones that have paid the ultimate price here in Iraq. So we will have special ceremonies for Memorial Day to recognize the sacrifice of these great heroes.
And I just need you to define one thing you said earlier. I think you used the term PRTs, is that correct?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry. PRTs are Provincial Reconstruction Teams. And I apologize, we use a lot of acronyms here. But Provincial Reconstruction Teams. And what that is, it's a Department of State individual, and he's the PRT team leader. And the deputy then is the United States Army officer, generally Lieutenant Colonel. And these teams are made up of sometimes up to 30 members, an agricultural specialist, a business specialist, a rule of law specialist, sometimes a civilian lawyer. Typically, they're all Department of State individuals, but these are the lead. They actually have the lead, working with the new provincial governors and the provincial councils of each of the provinces here. So we assist them. First of all, we move them. Our military movement teams secure and move these individuals, and then we assist them with SERP funds, Commander's Emergency Response Funds. And so they start the projects. Our soldiers then do the quality assurance on them, but we're pretty much tied at the hip with the PRTs, and it's a great relationship. And they have a great relationship then with the new governors, various deputy director generals from the new provinces, and working very closely with them. And they are the lead in building this economic capacity, the governance, the rule of law, and all those things that we're doing here in Iraq right now.
Okay, I got to ask, what kind of agriculture are we talking about when you speak of that there in Iraq?
You know, there's several different things. There's a lot of rice farming in southern Iraq. There's a lot of fish farms in northern Iraq, or our northern end of our province, up in the Babel province. In fact, we are just bringing in some new fingerlings from Hungary, and that'll be a grand opening for a new fish farm coming up here in a couple of weeks. And then normal farming. There are some wheat farms and grain. I can't say they're wheat, but they're grain as we fly over them, and they bring in a lot of equipment in. So agriculture, not all that untypical of sometimes what you see in Minnesota.
Okay. And last question, sir. Right now, Minnesota soldiers, where generally are you stationed? South, north of Basra, if you can give me a general location.
If you look at the map of Iraq, you'll see Basra is pretty much the second largest city in Iraq, southeastern corner. We are at what we call Kab Basra, operating base Basra, and it's about 2 miles outside of the city of Basra in southern Iraq. So that's our headquarters. And everything north up to Baghdad is our operational area.
Okay. And the British troops left as of what date, sir?
The transfer authority with the 10th Mountain Division was the 30th of March, and then the final transfer with the final brigade, the British brigade, happened a few weeks after that. Now there's still some British troops here. They are not doing any combat operations, so we have taken that mission over from them completely, but there's a lot of them here yet, wrapping up their operations, packing up all their equipment, obviously being here as long as they have. A lot of equipment here, and they are beginning to move that out of the country. Okay.
General, thank you very much, sir. We do appreciate the time, and best of luck to you, and be careful over there for us.
Thank you so much, and once again, say hello to everybody in Minnesota for us, and we'd like to thank all the families and all the support that we get from the great people of Minnesota. Thank you.
We'll absolutely pass it along. Take care, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you.